Hello and welcome to the 2023 Hamburg Mexico City E-Prix post-race press conference, where we are joined by our first race winner of the season, Jake Dennis from Avalanche, Pascal Wehrlein from Porsche Formula E, and Lucas di Grassi from Mahindra Racing. Well, that's the first one in the books. A pretty good race, a good start to the season. Starting with you, Jake. Coming into this weekend, I know there wasn't a huge amount of confidence as there was with a lot of the grid, but you come to speed pretty quickly. Decent qualifying, even better race, unbelievably dominant, and a great move of the man next to you, and then just pulled away. Talk us through the race.
Yeah, you make it sound quite easy when you just say like that. I would say you just pull away, but it was just a massive unknown for everyone. Even when I was pulling away from Lucas, you just don't know if people are on different strategies. Whereas the Gen 2 era, you generally know who's got the quick powertrain in the race, whereas this was massively unknown. So I was always asking for the gap, making sure there was no surprises coming through. And but yeah, nevertheless, we had a really strong pace. Looks like I got past Lucas and yeah, just sort of hit my targets. Make sure there's no mistakes in terms of switches or anything like this. Making sure I was on the right lap and yeah, just bring it home, and to see the checker flag at the end was a big relief. So super happy to get the first win of the year, first win in Gen 3, and yes, have my name into it is incredible. My fourth win for Avalanche, so super happy.
Great start as well for the powertrain supplier, with another Porsche 1-2 in that respect, and for the team as well. That Andre's last move in the final lap, even more points for the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, McLaren from JQ stopped.
I don't think so.
But yeah, Andre to finish fourth. Eventually, I think he got carried away because he was telling me what was going on behind me while I was still doing the last lap. So yeah, I heard that Andre made the move, and yeah, it was great to obviously have a first and a fourth. Pascal P2 with a Porsche powertrain, so a big turnaround from Valencia. Where honestly, I thought we were one of the slowest, and yeah, we were not on the pace, and then we come here and we really turned it around. So looking forward to Saudi. We'll celebrate tonight, and then yeah. Back on the simulator next week, preparing. So yeah, not much time to relax and enjoy it.
You must be brimming with confidence as a team and the car as well going into the next race.
Definitely. I think confidence at the moment is the biggest thing for any driver, just because it's a massive unknown and these cars are so difficult to drive physically and just in a technical way with such low grip. So you know, to come out on top here on a proper street circuit, so hopefully we can carry that on for the rest of the season, because the first half of the season is very compact, so any momentum we have now, we should hopefully try to take it into the next few rounds.
And Pascal, your success in Mexico continues. A great start to the season, back on the podium after a decent overtake. Talk us through the overtake. Did you find the trust in the car to make it stick at that point?
Well, we just had the pace for it. I mean, we had really good pace. I could save some energy in the beginning, and then slowly moved up the grid. So, yeah, that not too difficult, let's say, because also then I could pull quite a good gap to Lucas. But yeah, in the beginning, obviously, it was a bit tricky. It's the first time racing these cars, and the first time braking, and also then checking how the tires would react in the race, and a bit of a different attack mode approach. So yeah, overall really happy with the race. I think the team did an awesome job. Like Jake said, I think all of us struggled a bit in Valencia, so we as Porsche, and we bounced back really good. So we just need to keep working hard, focus, improve, and keep this up.
You mentioned there about a lot of changes coming into this season, one of which being the tweak to the attack mode format and then the strategy that then has to be changed with that. Did you feel that you had the right strategy today, and how was it getting up to speed with that?
Yeah, we had a really good strategy. I think one or two cars I passed with the right strategy in attack mode, and I think then in Lucas I think I passed without attack mode and without definitely going through attack mode. So yeah, both were fine. I think we optimized our strategy, and yeah, from there on it was just managing the race then, because Jake was already too far ahead. It was not possible anymore to get close to him. So just brought it home, which is an awesome result for us.
Absolutely. And finally, Lucas, I imagine obviously the win is always what any driver wants, but you've got to be impressed with yourself with that drive nonetheless. You had to battle for that podium today, lots of energy management, protecting the tyres and everything. How was it for you?
Well, first of all, thanks everybody for being here. Again, the next conferenza, just incredible. The podium now, it's unbelievable, and it's one of the things that makes you fight even harder. Nobody knew how everything was going to go, especially in my English side. We still had more than half of the test days available. We received the powertrain very late. We were not confident at all coming here. We had, like, the systems are super basic. There's so much potential to take it out that I was not expecting at all to be sitting here beside Bosch right now. And the pole position, I think, again, Jake was faster in one lap, but he did a mistake, so I take the 3 points at the pole. And then in the race, I just tried to manage my energy. I was never in the slipstream, I was always in front of people, so I was struggling with the energy since the middle of the race. Then the balance of the car was also very hard to drive, so I just tried to keep it together, to keep the guys behind. I use a little bit of the yellow flag to save some energy. And I'm super happy to have had a pole and a podium, my 40th podium for me with the Gen3.
Amazing stuff. So just to talk about that period in the race where there's a lot of energy management needed in your part, did you feel that the car was leaving you kind of short of efficiency? And what I'm interested to know is, did the added regen capabilities in this new Gen 3 car alongside?
It's a combination of many factors. So of course you have the powertrain efficiency, but you need the systems of the car to be working together so you can regenerate all this energy when you brake in the right way without losing the balance of the car. And then of course you need the apex speed. You need the mechanics to be able to go around the corner as fast as possible. The quicker you go around the corner, the less energy you use to re-accelerate the car. So for me it was a combination. The setup was not nice. If there was one race which I could choose to be our hardest race of the season, it would have been this one. First race, Mexico is super energy critical. We are not ready at all with the systems. So to achieve this result shows that the car has some potential, and we can achieve more podiums. And but there's still a lot to do to be at the level of the class.
Did you find that the added regen capabilities of the Gen 3 car, alongside obviously some very good defending, allowed you to hold on to the podium spot?
It's the same for everybody, so it's not only for me, right? So it changes the dynamic of the race. I think there is less of a taking opportunity with this. I mean, you're limited on traction, so attack mode is also less effective. And then your regen phase is much shorter, which means that it's harder to overtake. And it's a different car to drive. The tires are much more stable. With the Michelin, the tire really dropped during the race, it overheated massively. These tires, they are pretty much stable, so they can keep the heat. Yeah, it's a completely different dynamic.
Just a few more questions. So, a great spectacle today, like record attendance, as always. Mentioned the Mexican fans, passionate and in full force. With this first Gen 3 race now in the books, what are the main takeaways for each of you going into the next race in terms of learning the car?
Well, there's a lot to take away. Just obviously inside, all the team will look at the data, which obviously isn't much use to the fans. But I think it's just a great spectacle. We can show that we can overtake. He was obviously defended really well, but Pascal came from P5 to P2. I think there was some overtakes further back. So Mexico is not really the easiest place to overtake that, especially.
But with this car, it's a bit harder to overtake.
Yeah, a bit harder, but you can still overtake. But just with the new layout here in Mexico, sort of went made it even more difficult to overtake. So I think when we start going to tracks where the straights are a bit longer, we should hopefully see some more overtaking and stuff like this. But overall, I think it was a really good first race, Gen 3. It was clean, it was close, and we put on a good show for the back. So very much looking forward to the future. It's only going to get better. The cars are only going to get quicker. The teams are going to understand the systems more, which is the biggest thing in this car. So I think it's looking bright.
And Pascal, what's your main learning that you've taken away from this weekend and your first race of the car?
Here we are again with in Mexico, like the last couple of years. But no, it was great to, first of all, to be back again racing. I always feel like the break is a bit long for me, so, and honestly, coming here, we didn't know what to expect. So we didn't know pace-wise where we are, we didn't know how the racing would be, how the develop during the race. So yeah, really also interesting for me, for example, to watch the race afterwards and to see and to learn and understand. So there are many things to take away from here. Obviously, the most positive one is that we were all super competitive. But yeah, I'm sure that during the season, everyone will make a lot of progress, and we also need to do that progress. So yeah, we can be very happy with Mexico, but you know, we still have a lot of work in front of us.
Thanks for stuff. A good race and a great debut in this new era of Formula E, and less than 2 weeks before we do it again. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.